If you've been following my content for a while, you know that I used to offer free 15-minute coaching consultations to anyone who signed up, but more recently, I've not been offering any online coaching whatsoever. Well, I'm temporarily reopening the doors to get a free coaching call with me. All you have to do is click the link below, fill out the form, and set a date. There are no charges, you don't have to put in your debit card information or anything like that. It's a completely free call with me. And in that call, I'm not just gonna try to convince you to get more calls and waste your 15 minutes. I'm going to give you practical, actionable advice based on your situation that you can use to improve your results in dating. Now, I understand you may be skeptical of getting an online dating coach. I would be if I were in your shoes. I understand how it can seem like a kind of snake oil, but I want to explain to you why my clients get the kinds of results they want, why they start getting so much faster progress once they start coaching. And a big part of it isn't necessarily about me being a particularly good or bad coach. Part of it is just that when you put money into something and you make a commitment, you now have skin in the game. Now you have something to lose if you don't make progress. Now you're gonna feel pissed off at yourself if you don't take action because you've put money into it. And then there's also another aspect, which is accountability. When someone else is paying attention to the progress you're making, you know that if you fail, they'll know and they'll be disappointed in you. That's a very strong motivational factor. In fact, that might be the single strongest source of motivation that anyone can get in anything. As an example, scientific research has shown that if you live or are close friends with someone who is obese, you are significantly more likely to become obese yourself. And if you live with someone who's really into fitness, who works out a lot, then you're likely to get into better shape as well. In fact, since this whole quarantine has started, I've lost over 10 pounds because I've been staying with someone who works out every single day and takes their diet very seriously. So it became easy for me to start developing good habits. It takes a lot less effort when you have a good external influence and a sense of accountability to someone else. I wouldn't go so far as to say that if you don't have accountability, you can't achieve a goal. You absolutely can, but it makes it like 80% easier. It makes it significantly easier to follow through and to be consistent. And that is very, very powerful. I've had a number of coaching clients who had never approached a girl in their entire life. And then within the first 2 weeks of Skype coaching with me, they were able to not only do their first approach, but to get numbers, go on dates, and to start getting results that they thought weren't even possible for them. I've even had multiple coaching clients who had gone years without having sex before we started working with each other, but within 3 months, they were able to break this dry spell and finally have sex, and they were able to consistently go on dates with new women. I don't want to give you a false idea about how coaching works. It isn't a miracle cure, and it doesn't always work. Some people who get coaching with me, they don't get the results they want. I'm not going to give you a false picture of how it works. I would say about 50% of the people who work with me don't get the results they want, and about 50% do get the results they want. I want that number to be 100%, obviously, but 50% is much higher than the rate of people in the pickup community in general. People who watch videos about pickup or who read books about it or who buy courses on it, the overall average that I've seen of success is maybe 5%, perhaps even lower, because the vast majority of them, they just don't take action. They read the material, they watch the videos, but then they don't put it into practice. However, when someone gets coaching, they are astronomically more likely to put it into practice because someone is expecting them to do so, at least if the coach knows what they're doing and knows what kind of goals the person should have. You can check out the link below for some specific testimonials of the kinds of results men have gotten from doing coaching with me, but I have found time and time again that when people start working with me, the results tend to exponentially increase. In many cases, they were in a plateau before or they weren't getting any results before, but then once they start coaching with me, the amount of action they take increases. I help them find out what their sticking points are and they are quickly able to overcome them, and they start getting incredible results. If you decide to get coaching beyond the first free session, The price per hour is $100. And if you get 4 sessions reserved at once, then it's $80 per session, so it's a $20 discount. And if you decide to get 8 sessions in advance, then it's $70 per session instead of $100. And the reason I do that is because when people pre-order multiple sessions, they tend to get better results because they know that to get their money's worth, they have to keep doing coaching. Because if you buy 1 session and then you decide, damn, pickup's tough, doing these approaches is tough, I think maybe this isn't for me. Well, then you're not obligated to keep going because you already got your session. But if you have 7 more sessions to go, well, you're gonna think, well, fuck, I'm not gonna waste all that money. I'm not gonna get my value's worth unless I keep going out and keep doing approaches. So it holds you more accountable. And if you can, it's generally a good decision to make that kind of commitment. The reason I stopped taking on new clients for a while was, first, I just had too many clients. And then secondly, it's actually a financial loss for me to do coaching because the opportunity cost is too high. If I spend an hour working on my book, or I spend an hour working on a YouTube video or anything like that, that will generate passive income far into the future. So the value per hour is extremely high. But if I do something like coaching, it's just a flat amount that doesn't go up over time, and it doesn't continuously generate income into the distant future. However, the kinds of results my clients have been getting has been too good for me to just completely neglect doing coaching. So I'm not going to take on a full roster of like 20 or 30 clients, but I will take on a handful of new clients. And if you want to sign up for your free session, make sure to click the link below.